It's our birthday, Alice. It's our 20th birthday. We've bought these deals live because we want people to get involved. We want to introduce you to what we're all about. And that right there is going to be yours for 500 quid. 3 chances in the world. I've got Elaine in Greater Manchester. I've got Greater London. I've got Worcestershire. I've got Carmarthenshire. I've got East Sussex. I've got Greater... Do you remember when I said people are going to multi-buy? I guarantee if they can, they will.
I'm not surprised, Dave.
Yeah.
This has taken that one person. Right. It's saying sold out. We only have 8 names. So that's why Joey's got 2 here. Yeah. There's so many of you trying to check it out. 1 left. It's going to be gone. Of course it's going to be gone. That is absolutely ridiculous. Well done to all of you that are coming on in and getting hold of this right now. Yeah. What an opportunity.
Dave, I am so excited. You just keep surprising us and delivering spectacular joy. Thank you, Helen. Still a few more surprises for you, even in this showcase. So stay tuned. We do actually have... We're bringing it back one time for the birthday. A Jade listing of the day coming your way in a few moments' time. But to take us there, we've got the earrings and we've got the Eternity Band. It's going to be significant. Here are the earrings. And we only have 15 pairs left.
Yeah.
That is it. Yeah.
From this mine.
Yeah.
From these mines, from KGK.
Yeah.
They've been collecting these for 8 years.
But you saw what we did on the bracelet. I'm just going to urge you to be as quick as you can. This suite is, we hope, for everyone. It's intended for everyone. We want to look after you. I've got T, I've got Jennifer, Donna, collector in East Sussex, Susan in West Yorkshire, Connie in Western Australia, Helen in Somerset, Helen in Northumberland, Lorraine in Somerset, Angela in Hampshire, Nora, collector trying to get 4, Linda in Cornwall. Don't forget, everything still applies. We talk about how rare these are going to become in the next 12 to 18 months. When we know how rare they are right now, but the market is catching up. This is the fancy coloured diamonds of your dreams.
Now, have a little look at how gorgeous these are. They are infinitely wearable.
Yeah.
And they're going to be gone. Okay,
I'm gonna let you. I've only got 13 left, so let me start you off at 499.
You're starting.
I'm starting there. We could start in the thousands, but I said this is for everyone. I'm not going to let you down. Exquisite, incredible champagne diamond earrings with the absolute exceptional cutting, with the openness, with the dispersion, a matched pair. We've got 12 chances remaining. I'm going to ask everyone to trust me. I wanted you to get the suite. I want you to own the bracelet.
Yeah.
It's sold out. I want you to own these earrings. They're about to sell out, and I want you to be able to get this ring. So I am here to make these things available, to make them affordable. And I've only got 11 left. Connor, if I could ask for a 30-second clock. And we're going to destroy the price on these. We're going to do something that should never happen, but we've done that a lot over the course of this 20th birthday anniversary celebrations, and we're going to continue right now. As I said, I'm here to bring you these exceptional diamonds, and I'm going to bring you the rarest jade in the world. It is a listing of the day. It's going to be a mega deal. I'm going to start the clock right now. Valerie, you're there, collector in Greater London. Lynn, T, Jennifer, Donna, Angela in Australia, collector in East Sussex, Susan in West Yorkshire, Connie in Western Australia, collectors back in from New York, Northumberland, California, Somerset, Belgium, Hampshire, another collector. Beautiful acquisitions all around. The standard of jewellery this birthday has been amazing. Thank you so much, Vivian. Just so you know, don't expect this in the forthcoming birthdays.
No.
This is genuinely outside of what we usually do. We shouldn't have called it a birthday. We should have just called it the 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
And then we go back to birthdays next year. But your deal on these, not just taking 100 quid off, Joe. On these, for all of our collectors, because they've trusted us, we've only got 8 left, half the price. Half the price for everyone who wants to get involved. You've got your interest-free split.
50% lower?
Yep.
Wow, Dave, there's a huge wealth of gold in these as well.
Yeah, but these exquisite diamonds, each of these is a ring, isn't it?
And it's the same tender as a big solitaire.
Yes, of course, yeah. 8 years collecting these diamonds. You can see how well cut they are. You can see the clarity on display. You can see the colour, the matching. Everything here is on another level. Janice, you're there. Anne's there, collection in Greater London. Jennifer's there. Cumbria, you're there. Western Australia's there. 7 left, that's all we've got.
That's
Angela, you can do it. Nora, got someone trying to get 9. This is really happening.
I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to get 9. Please take advantage of split pay. £83 on your split payments, but it is crazy busy. Now, these are the earrings that you are going to wear every single day, knowing that you've got something so exceptional, something that everybody would love to
I hope you don't miss out. Look, no one's worried about sizes here. That's true of the bracelet. It's true of the earrings. You know, we created these opportunities for everyone. We're pricing them for everyone, and I hope to goodness you're one of the final 2 that managed to get these. Kay's got them, Cumbria's got them, Sheena's got them, Angela's got them, Jennifer's got them, Anne, Valerie, Helen, Lynn, Linda, you've got them. I've got 2 pairs of earrings left. and I've got about 20 of you on the phone lines. You know, there's a 1 in 10. Valerie's multi-ball, for goodness sake. That's how good the deal is.
One left. Who's going to get that? It was the last pair. Look, there's so many of you there. We'll leave that one with you because that's going to be gone. Like the same as the bracelet.
Yeah, look, I'm going to tell you, we made 40 of these. 42, 43?
43.
We always say bigger the quantity, bigger the deal. The 0.01% fancy coloured diamond tender. Yes, it was a series of one-of-a-kinds, but do you think we was going to make sure that you guys wouldn't be able to get involved? Absolutely not. I'm actually going to make these a star buy within a star buy. I know we're already in the star buy, but I want to play that clip of film again because we're not offering you 10, we're not offering you 16, we're offering you 42 chances. And I want you to know you can stack this up. If you've got a solitaire, this is going to pair perfectly with it. Yeah. If you've got one of the pieces from this tender, congratulations, this would be a great band to go alongside it. If you haven't, you're about to get one of the pieces from this tender because this is the final piece of the tender.
Ultimate Christmas gift.
Ultimate Christmas gift, ultimate heirloom acquisition. Good luck to every single one of you. This is your final star buy. Good luck.
Have you seen the queue?
Yeah, the queue is huge. There's a lot of you there. Can I just say, truly, this is our last piece from that annual tender where they talk about this being the most exciting fancy coloured diamond in the world. There is no active brown diamond mine that produces any of the champagnes or the cognacs. That is not happening today. There is a lot of you showing interest. I've told you, you can stack this up. I'm literally telling you can multi-buy. This is my final deal of those champagne diamonds, that annual tender that the whole of the team in the KGK and Surratt were excited about. We've already got multi-buyers on the phone lines. And my responsibility to you right now is to say, just come on in and get involved. You know, we always go out of the bang. Yeah. And this annual tender has been special, it's been significant. And you've seen what we did on the ludicrously rare bracelet. Mm-hmm. You've seen what we did on the earrings. This is the Eternity Band. We've already sold out of TTO, apologies. We did have 42, we don't have that anymore. Let me start you off, under £1,000 of course. Let me start you off at, I don't know, $699. Start us off at £700 please, Jo.
Off at $699.
Yeah, but you know I'm going out with a bang.
And everyone pays the final price.
Yeah.
Oh, I do love it.
Janice, you're looking to make your first purchase with us today. It's wonderful to have you on the phone lines. I hope you managed to get in early. Just so you know, Janice, everyone pays the final low deal and it's not going to be $699. Margaret, you're there. Helen's there. Linda's there. Christine's there. Sheena's there. Who's got 2 actually. Colleen's there. Lisa's there. We're about to lose sizes. This is going to be spectacular. Well done. Right, Joe, straight down. Let's do $499, which was the price on the bracelet.
Now, I'm going to show you a couple stacked together.
Oh yeah, like Sheena's bought 2, so she'd love to see that, I'm sure.
Look, let's just show you. There's 3 together then, and I'll show you what 2 together look like. Yep. Now, obviously, because they're the same, oh my word.
You're going to be able to do that, I guarantee it. Well, I hope you can. I'm going to do everything my side to make sure that I can do everything to make sure you get these.
Don't they look beautiful,
They look
Dave?
impeccable. They look remarkable. They are insanely rare. And they're only getting rarer, minute by minute. Yeah, well, look, this is excellent cutting. We talked about that, how important it is. And you can see it firsthand. You can see it on your hand. You can see how incredible they look. And hopefully it's coming across on the screen. I think it is. There is a massive queue.
Yeah, there is.
We're at $499, which is epic. But I said we're going out with a bang on this annual tender. Straight down, $299, which was the price of the earrings. So we've matched the price of the bracelet, done. Let's match the price of the earrings, done. And we're nowhere near done. We're nowhere near done. We had multi-buys on the earrings, got multi-buys on the ring, and we're going to sell this out as well.
Wow. He's serious. Joey's just gone,
Grayson has got serious. 2. Valerie's got 2.
Why would you not?
Sheena's got 2.
Yes.
Who's going to get 3? Because I'm nowhere near done. So if 2 seems... Remember, guys, everyone pays the final low deal. So we're nowhere near it, just so you know. These are the same diamonds we saw from that tender. That annual tender, the 0.01%.
There's 2.
There's 2. I love the look of 2. 3 is just incredible.
Well, 3. I'm just trying to match those up because obviously I haven't got it on there.
Wow. just scintillation, just fire, just dispersion, just that enigmatic, incredible rare colour.
Well, this is exciting.
Very exciting. The final piece of this annual tender. Ultra rare, ultra desirable, and we're going to make this ultra affordable. Half the stock has been allocated. Congratulations. We are losing sizes, unfortunately. And I've told you we're nowhere near done. So those of you multi-buying, congratulations. Those of you hoping to multi-buy, I hope you've joined the queue again, because it's going to get a lot bigger, a lot longer. It's going to be maybe 90 seconds on the phone lines in a moment's time. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I'm going to give you 30 seconds before we do the unthinkable. Well done. Start that clock, please, Conroy. This is going to be spectacular.
Okay, this is where it's all going to go mad, because Dave is going to go mad.
Yep.
Don't forget it's split pay. It is a free phone number, but I would suggest that you
20 seconds.
order on the web. Oh, look at, even so close up.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, so taken years, but I've just completed my champagne diamond suite with the earrings. I have bracelet, rings, and pendant from Gems too. Very happy, thanks Dave. Collector and East Sussex has made my day, knowing that we've helped you complete the suite. It's taken years for you to do it. Well done, congratulations, what an achievement.
What an exciting suite to have for legacy.
Well done. Congratulations. But with this ring,
birthday wishes coming true.
Absolutely, straight down. Take 100 quid off. Let's go 199. I know. Let's just do it. Let's make it happen.
It.
Yeah.
Right. It's our final hurrah of the birthday, and Dave is doing deals that literally are unmissable.
Yeah.
I'm
Margaret's
so
got
excited.
2. Graysner's got. Valerie's gone for 3.
So
Valerie in Surrey has got the same look
She's
that
gone
Ellis
for 3.
is showcasing on the hand.
It does look lovely with 3.
Sheena in Surrey's gone for 2. You were the first one to multi-buy. We've got collectors in Newport, and okay, we lost another size. L2M's gone now as well. Only got 3 sizes remaining. Very easy to resize on this, so don't worry. Got Deborah and Mark, Edwina, Marguerite in Lancashire, Glenys, Joan, Margaret, Collector, Perry. You've got it. Janice, you're there. I've got Donna, and I've got Helen and Anne in Worcestershire. Guys, this is never going to happen again. No. Certainly not at these prices. That's why we went so big on this collection, because we realised what a serendipitous time it was to be able to make these deals.
Well, we're making these deals, we're making dreams come true, charging Gemporia to hold your jewellery dreams, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're fulfilling those dreams.
Collector in Greater London's gone for 2 as well. A lot of you deciding to multi-buy. I don't know if you're going to wear them together, or maybe you're gifting the other one. Whatever the case is, congratulations.
Can you imagine receiving this as
a
present?
My God. Never been a better time to get your champagne fancy coloured diamonds.
There's only 11 left, and we're only taking confirmations. People going for 2s and 3s. Good luck to all of you. Single-figured stock remaining. Take advantage of that split pay, and just make sure you get one of this very special tender. So it was 0.01%. 1%.
It's less than that. That is for all fancy colours.
Yeah.
Champagnes are a much smaller portion of that, especially now with the closure of the Argyle mine. But we'll be conservative and say, 1 in 10,000 gem quality diamonds will ever be this colour.
Yeah. It's incredible, isn't it?
Well done.
And you've just gone and got something really quite spectacular.
7 left. 1 in 10,000 gem quality diamonds will ever be certified as a fancy colour, and this encompasses the whole spectrum: yellows, oranges, reds, blues, pinks, champagne, C1 to C7. So to get this perfect matching, you're probably looking at more of a 1 in 50,000 opportunity.
So probably sort of a 0.005.
Yeah, for sure.
Loads of you there. There's so many of you coming
6
on
left.
in.
You haven't missed out yet, but you're going to if you're not quick.
If you don't check your baskets out, you will miss out. Please stay holding. We're going to take a short break. Dave.
I've got to tell you, there's a listing of the day coming up. We did this every day of the birthday last year, and we had a minimum of a 200 quantity jade auction. This year, this birthday, we couldn't do a listing of the day. And unfortunately, even though I've got a listing of the day, I don't want you reminiscing about the 200 quantities, because this is not a 200 quantity. It should, in my opinion, be in an auction house. Of course, if we're going to do a listing of the day on jadeite, it has to be worthy of an auction house. Let me show you the piece before we go to this break. If this was in an auction house, can you imagine the price? You'd have to outbid everyone else in the room to get this. Take a look at this magnificent Type A, incredible red jadeite masterpiece. You've got the carved rope necklace. It is the Dragons of Prosperity. It is absolutely sensational. You'll notice you've got the floating money coin in the center. That's free moving. And the price is to be determined, but I can promise you an unbelievable saving. It is the listing of the day. It is glowing Type A red jadeite, and it's coming up straight after this break. Make sure you don't miss out.
Good luck.
You may be wondering how the auctions work at Gemporia. Well, here's a quick overview of how to play. During our reverse auctions, we'll keep dropping the price on screen, and as viewers call in or bid online, that limited quantity available decreases too. No matter when you enter the auction, everyone pays the final low price, and you'll only pay one delivery charge on all items you buy in the same day. We always offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there is absolutely no risk when buying for the first time or anytime. So call or bid online today and expand your jewellery collection with genuine precious gemstones.
Have you ever just missed out on the auction for a piece that you really loved? Well, it's not too late. Just ask our helpful call centre team to add the item to your wish list. Then, if it comes back into stock, we'll call you and give you a chance to purchase it at the same closing price of the auction. It couldn't be easier, so start adding to your wish list the next time you just miss out.
Download or update the Gemporia Jewellery Auctions app today on your smartphone or tablet. All 4 Gemporia apps have been combined into one incredible Gemporia experience. You can watch live auctions on Gemporia and Gem Collector, as well as browse recently played items and pre-orders. You can also now keep track of your personal collection within the app with the ability to see authenticity cards and record reviews about the Gemporia jewellery you own. Finally, check your ring size from within the app so you're always sure which size to order for your next Gemporia purchase. All this and much more in the Gemporia Jewellery Auctions app, available on iPhone, iPad and Android devices.
To help you avoid queuing and potentially missing out during some of our higher quantity auctions, Gemporia offers a pre-order service. It's so simple to pre-order an item. You'll wonder why you've never done it before. Simply scroll down the auction page on our app or website to see which items are available to pre-order. Click Add to Basket and check out to secure your item. Alternatively, you could speak to our friendly call centre team to do the work for you. Then all you need to do is sit back and relax to watch the price come down, as you're guaranteed to pay the final low price at the end of the auction. Pre-ordering made easy at Gemporia.
I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to dream. You would, I suppose, start out by fulfilling all your wishes. Love affairs, banquets, wonderful journeys. And after you'd done that for some time, you would forget that you were dreaming. We are such stuff as dreams are made of, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.
This is it. The red Taipei Jade from Myanmar. It is here on the final days of the birthday. We did a jade listing of the day. You remember this every single day last birthday.
And can I just,
Yeah.
sorry, can
That's
I just
right.
ask a question
Yes.
right at the very
Yeah.
beginning? Because I'm so concerned that people that have been tuning in for the birthday have become a little bit complacent
Okay.
with what we're actually
Yeah,
offering with
no
the
problem.
listing of the day.
Yes.
So can we, it's not like we could do this every day for the rest of the year.
No.
Can you explain how special the listings of the days have been,
Yeah.
and what it means to us going forward and what it's meant in the past?
Yeah, so the listing of the day is highlighting what we believe as a business is the most important auction of the
Piece.
day for our collectors.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the piece that deserves that moniker in this
That
showcase
accolade, yeah.
throughout the 24-hour period that is today. We're highlighting it. This is the listing of the day. That's what it means. You haven't seen one every single day of the birthday. You know, the reality is there's been so many exciting opportunities that it's hard to just pinpoint one. Today, it is very clearly an incredible red jadeite with the carved intricacy of the moving component in the center, which is the prosperity of the money coin. Okay, so this is the deal of the day.
Brand new.
Essentially, it's the listing of the day, apologies. I don't have the quantities that you will recall from last year, which were 200 quantities. But what do you have? You have red jade. There wasn't red jade last birthday. There wasn't a red jadeite listing of the day. It's here today. We haven't done a listing of the day for the entirety of our 20th birthday. So, tiny quantity, half the quantity of what you would expect. It is not the deal of the day. A deal of the day is completely different. The deal of the day is meant to last the entire day. So there's a massive quantity, and it means, the best time to get it is in that auction, but it will be available for the next 24 hours. This won't be. This won't be available in the next 20 minutes. But it's special, and we've got it here for you in our birthday. Will we be bringing red jade back? The answer is no. We will be bringing red jade back with quartzite jade, but when it comes to jadeite from Myanmar, the material that only forms in the skin of the jade boulders, this is the only opportunity.
Okay.
I want to be really clear. I'm not telling you I've only got 10 of these. I have 100, but not the 200 that maybe you thought we would have. It is brand new. No one has ever seen this before. It is the dragons of prosperity. Around the outer circumference of this piece is a pair of incredible dragons that come full circle at the top. Their two incredible faces are there. Inside, the reason they are the dragons of prosperity is that is the money coin symbol, the ancient Chinese lucky coin in the desirable red. It's full body red as well, which we know how rare and prestigious that material is. I've had countless messages from collectors who missed out on the only red jadeite showcase we managed to do. It was with you and myself, Ellis. This piece wasn't part of it because, as you can quite clearly see, there is an intensity of red in this piece which goes beyond anything we've offered to you before. Okay, so we had to separate it from that show. We're still bringing it to you at the same time slot. We want you to know the same collectors to be here. But this is, even by our standards of the incredible jade we've brought to you across this birthday, we had to separate this from the rest of the red jade. That's why it's not just a red jade opportunity. It is known as the listing of the day. And in the 20 days of birthday so far, there hasn't been one. If you're looking for the best deal on your screens that you're going to see today, it's signposted right now. I am going to talk to you, of course, about the rarity of this material. But before I do that, I know there is over 10,000 collectors.
10,000?
Over 10,000 active collectors who have either shopped with us or missed out on jade this birthday. There is only 100 of these. I'm going to give you all a 30-second clock. It is the listing of the day, and I'm going to bring it live. I'm not going to talk about it, but I want you to know you can get involved.
Okay.
And I'm going to talk to you about why this is so rare, why this is so important. But let me give you the 30-second clock first, because some of you don't want to listen to me. Some of you know a lot about jade. Some of you just want this piece in your collection. I'm going to start the clock right now.
And we know that the lucky coin, I mean, if you're going to, when you have the finest red jadeite, because as you say, we had to separate this because of the quality is just so superb.
We didn't just separate, we separated and made it the listing of the day.
Yes, but it's the lucky coin that everybody wants a lucky coin.
The symbol of prosperity, you know, combining the colour red, which is the most auspicious, the most meaningful, the most powerful in Greater China and Far Eastern culture in general, with the ancient symbol of the money coin, the lucky money coin, with the two dragons, and guarding this incredible prosperous moment. As you can see, it is the dragons of prosperity. It is Burmese red jadeite. It is the full necklace. It's carved, and it's a gigantic 127 carat weight. That is it with the glove. That's what you are on the phone lines for right now, and there's a ton of you there. Literally, it is exploded on the phone lines. I wanted you to see why we separated, why this is on its own, a piece way on its own, out beyond anything else. Look, it's not just me telling you, oh yeah, this is the most important piece of today. As a business, we decided this is the listing of the day. We understand as a company how important this moment is. We wanted to make it really easy for you guys to navigate that and understand it, because we have so many rare exotic treasures coming your way.
Yeah.
But for those of you that want the ultimate acquisition, it's here. It's on your screen, and it's about to sell out. That, I can't say it any fairer than that. By the way, 10% of the stock's gone, and that will continue until this sells out. Yeah. But I knew people were waiting with their...
I think our collectors can see the difference.
Oh, 100%. Now, how hard is it to get red jade? Well, this has come from an old vault. Okay, it's not readily available in the market. I travel to China a couple of times a year. I go to Hong Kong a couple of times a year. I go to the jade centers, the jade markets. You don't see red jade. You see way more imperial jade than you see red jade. That's how rare it is. There is a wonderful, family that exists in Greater China that have been dealing with jade for over 50 years. And we've got a clip of film. It's from JCK, the jadeite dealer, but it's the one where the guy's voice goes really high, right? And I always want to reference that because it sounds so jarring. I remember talking to this young guy, he's about my age. We went over to his booth at the JCK show in Las Vegas, and he had this strand of imperial green jade. He had these pendants, he had white jade, he had lavender jade, and we got talking. I told him I'd been to Myanmar and asked him, this imperial jade strand that you've got in the case, is this the rarest jade on your booth? And he said, no, like once he'd realized I'd been to Myanmar and I buy jade, he was like, I don't really display it because we're in America, they don't understand jade as well, but I've got something in the vault that I can share with you, the safe. So he gets out this tray, he puts it on the table, and there are a few pieces of red jade. This is it. Like just a few pieces. And he said, I know this sounds really morbid, but the only way as we get this now as a jade dealer is unfortunately if someone dies, someone passes away. He says, even as like a jadeite house, a jadeite family, I get people come in and they say, my parents have passed away. They amassed this collection of jade over the last 30, 40 years of their life, and we don't know what to do with it, so we're bringing it to you. What can we do? And he's literally cherry picking these colours out of it. And he says, look, I know my parents would have sold this back in the day. And I said, well, how much would they have sold it for? And he said, well, the thing is, I have to buy it back for the price of today. And this is the quote. He said, if I had to guess, pieces like this, it's probably $5,000 back in the day, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
But now it's like $50,000 to $70,000. And you've got full red Burmese jadeite, rotating, moving piece like this. When you look at the biggest jewelry houses, the most influential jewelry houses in the world today, 20% of the stock's gone. I hate to urge anyone or push anyone down a route they don't want to go down. This is the deal of today. It is the listing of the day. It is so important we had to separate it from the other sellout incredible red jadeite.
Yeah.
That is the measure of this piece. The dragons of prosperity, and we're going to do a birthday deal, but regardless of that, talk about those influential jewelry houses. You've got Asprey, who on one hand are saying, look, we want to lead the luxury jade art market. That's what we intend to do. And they created a collection so rare, so beautiful. It only encompassed 60 pieces. It was an invitation-only collection. But back in the safe, they had this block of rough. Now, this block of rough is about 30 centimeters long. It weighs 7.5 kilograms. And it's valued by the jewelry house at £18 million. Primarily because of the red vein running through it. That red colour only comes from Burma. The Burmese mines have been closed for 4 years.
Yeah.
And even when it was available from Burma, it can only exist in the skin of a jade boulder. You'll never get full fleshy piece of red jade.
No.
So that's why you very rarely get a full red jade piece. Even the pieces that gentleman was showing us were bicolour, white, the spectrum of red to yellow. Some of them were opaque, but it's very difficult to get red jade. And look, they used to undersell it back in the day because it was so rare, there was no market, like pink diamonds.
Yeah.
Today, people recognise, hold on, we're never going to get red jade again. And it's such an auspicious and important colour in Greater China. This is amazing. And so the price has changed that drastically, $5,000 to $70,000 for those incredible pieces. When you do find pieces that occasionally hit the auction houses, very seldom, like maybe once in a decade, this is back in 2015, you just have a moment of red. This is just a patch of red. A red jadeite bangle is what they refer to that as. No mention of the white because of how important red is. This snuff bottle, which is primarily green, is referred to again as a red jadeite bottle. No mention of green. But this is a great piece to show how the red only exists on that skin layer.
Yes, on the skin.
Right? So they've created this snuff bottle. It's only 3.5 inches tall, but the reality is you can see how small the red jade is.
Yeah.
And again, there's another bangle here. This is 10 years ago, 2014. And this is great because, again, it's just a moment of red. They refer to it as a red jade bangle. And that sold for $25,000.
It's mad, isn't it? Because the majority of that bangle's white,
Yeah,
but they call it a red jade bangle.
That's like you and I doing a big tanzanite larique and calling it a diamond ring because the accent starts. No mentioning of the tanzanite.
No mention of the...
Right. That's what that is. But they talk about the red jade because it's so rare. And it sold back in 2014 for $25,000. Well,
10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago. But in the same auction house, in the same year, this piece had a pre-sale estimate that was double that. Why? Well, it's nowhere near the same carat weight. It's just on a rope.
Because it's all red.
It's all red.
Yeah.
So when you get full body red in a piece, it can be a slither. It commands some of the most unbelievable premiums. This is a natural Type A red jadeite bead pendant on First Dibs for 10 grand, just a bead. And you can see, like, you know, okay, it's £10,000, but you can make an offer. So maybe they're just pricing it ultra high, and someone's going. Well, that website, First Dibs, is what they're called. Have an amazing algorithm that can quickly tell you if this is the right
too
price.
High, too high.
And there it is. They're saying, look, this is actually the average price for red jadeite sold on our platform. Like, it's not overly priced. It's not, you know, underpriced. It's around the right price.
Yeah.
On average, like red jadeite beads like that are selling for £8,867. And it's just giving you that information so it can gauge how low to make your offer. What is happening right now in the industry, and I want everyone to be aware of this, back 50 years ago, 20 years ago, the artists, the masters, they used to carve big blocks of jade, like this, right? You know, like huge tabletop pieces, book and, you know, they were incredible, carved from pounds and pounds of jadeite. But with the closure of the jadeite mines, with them not being available anymore, a quarter of the stock's gone. I just want to let you know that, because I said I'm not going to talk about it anymore, but I'm just going to let you know that it's available and there's a lot of people checking this out. It may already disappear by the time we get to the deal, and it's going to be epic. It is the listing of the day. But they used to carve huge pieces like this, pounds of material from huge boulders and slabs of jadeite. But that's not coming anymore. And then the new masters, the new wave of jade artists are concentrating on something very different, because, you know, the old money in China, they used to have big drawing rooms. They used to have places to put these, you know, the new, you know, ultra wealthy in China are in tech companies. They live in high rises. They don't have big drawing rooms.
No.
Right? So the In Color magazine talks about this shift in the jade world, and they talk about the contemporary jade carving in China. And they say, well, the trend now is towards jewelry and smaller carvings. Okay, the official Chinese jade carving masters, they still dominate the high end of the market and continue to fetch extremely high prices for their work, which are generally considered investments. But they are now being challenged by a younger generation of artists who have less respect for tradition. And they concentrate more on designs and the quality of the material they use. And that's what they're doing. They're concentrating on the quality, the colour. And they're looking at like bi-colour pieces, red jadeite, small moments, plaques, pendants, carving these incredible moments, these masterpieces for the young wealthy who want something different to what their parents had, but they want to wear their incredible pieces. This piece here is about as intricate, as detailed, as daring as it gets. Okay? And look, I'm letting you know, this is what is considered Type A jadeite, red jadeite from the skin. Now, we're telling you it's been heated. That's because this material is extraordinarily old. And Bernard said, I can't be sure if this isn't heated. But I want you to understand where that sits in the treatment scale of jade. Yeah. Okay, I want you to completely have a full picture. We always pride ourselves on our integrity and knowledge that we impart on people. And you're building incredible collections. So I want you to know, is this worth buying? Well, we're calling it the listing of the day. It's translucent. It's top crystal. And it may well be heated. But when you go to the Jadeite Atelier, an independent organization, they talk about the different grades of jade. Now, Type A is what we consider natural jade. And they say Type A natural jadeite means that the subject qualifies to be free from any form of chemical treatment. Now, Type B is chemically treated and resin infused, and Type C is when it's dyed.
And this is Type A? This
is Type A. So when you're talking about a red jade or a yellow jade, when you heat them in the traditional sense, you can't turn green jade red. No. You can't turn white jade red. No. You can only go from red to a slightly deeper red, or yellow to a slightly deeper red. That's it. It has to come from the skin anyway.
Okay, we've had a message. No, this is not dyed.
This is not dyed.
We can't call it Type A if it's not Type A.
This is only heated, not dyed, not resin infused, not polymer impregnated. And I'll show you a GIA cert. They only started certifying jade this year. And they're looking at like an 18 karat gold, incredible, impressive jade moment there. And the treatment is listed as natural color, but they say no indications of impregnation. They don't talk about heat, because treated jade is when jadeite has been impregnated and the chemical composition of the jade is altered or compromised. Now, this includes impregnation of polymer or dye. Both of these treatments require the jadeite to be soaked in bleach for prolonged periods of time. This is only heated, if at all. Like, it's not polymer impregnated. It's not been impregnated with resin. It's not chemically treated in any way. This is like all of that jade that you saw on that gentleman's table. That's all heated. Okay, so when you see that material and he's saying $5,000 back in the day because it's so ridiculously rare, this material is all heated. You know that is the reality for practically all the red jade out there. But we're offering you right now an absolute masterpiece. To have this saturation of color, to have this level of, and I'll show you the translucency as well, because if this was dyed or impregnated, you wouldn't have this.
No.
And what you're going to notice now is when the light hits it, you'll actually see the yellow coming through, okay? Which is, you know, the natural material, the red to yellow spectrum. Look at this.
Wow, look at that.
Now, red jade shouldn't do that.
Wow.
It's usually opaque. That is an absolute masterpiece. And that's why we are designating this as the listing of the day. Right, let me give you a 30-second clock. As I said, a quarter of the stock has gone. We are going to do a crazy birthday deal on this. Do you want it there, Alice?
I'll
You can
have
show
that,
everyone
yeah.
the fact
Thank
that it
you very
turns.
much.
You've got the traditional money coin. It is the jade of prosperity, the dragons of prosperity.
So this is all carved out of one piece?
One block of impressive, incredible jade that was probably acquired sometime in the last 30 to 40 years. I'm going to start the clock right now. I promise you a crazy deal. I'm not going to let you down. This is going to be one of the most affordable jadeites we've offered, and yet it's probably the most desirable, the most coveted. I've got collector in Cambridgeshire, collector Deborah, Janet, Heather, Valerie. Linda's got two. Collector in Cumbria, Jane in Tyne and Weir. Gigi in California, Leslie, Yvonne, collector Jennifer. We've got someone making their first purchase. I've got Susan. I've got Grace. I've got Antoinette. I've got Jane. I've got Verena, and I've got Colleen there as well. And there's lots more. Christina's just got it. Congratulations.
Okay.
Right. Let me start you off under £1,000. We're going to go crazy on this, Alice.
Okay.
Let me start you off at $799, and I'm telling you, this is going to be the one not to be missed. This
no,
whole
do
birthday.
not miss it, because this we had to separate from the other showcase.
And you can see why.
Of the quality. You can see how amazing this is.
So around the outer edge, they are two dragons converging, two serpentine dragons. And where the rope reaches the piece, the two dragon faces are facing one another. And then they are guarding, protecting, showcasing this moving, floating jadeite coin that is all carved from the same piece of jade. This is jadeite jade from Myanmar. This is not quartzite jade, it's not nephrite jade. It is considered type A, it's only heated, and we're already over 122 carats, and we're at $799. This is an epic deal here. Like, we should just stop it. It's my final deal of the whole day with you today.
The final deal, the listing of the day.
Yeah, the listing of the day. We haven't done another one of these all birthday.
So, this birthday celebration,
Yes.
we have had some exquisite jadeite.
Oh my God, yeah, the best.
And you have been collating that
for
years.
Yeah.
So please do not become complacent. Can we just go and get red jadeite like this?
No.
With a carving like this?
No, we don't get red jadeite anymore. We don't get offered it. It's not in the market. That's why I said, yeah, I might have been working on moments like this for a year, 2 years. Bernard's father bought this material, this rope.
Yes.
Like, so this is like 30 years in the making. They never knew we existed then, but you know, this is quite a long time ago. It's not available.
No.
Like, that's why you heard from a jadeite family that said the only way we get red jade is antiques, is heirlooms that are brought to us.
So how do we get hold of this?
Bernard's father, who obviously the Lou family are very important in the world of jade. It goes back centuries, at least 120 years. His father procured so much jade, you know, in his time. This is when the jade mines were producing 40,000 tons a year.
Yeah.
He was one of the biggest jade dealers. And he'd buy tons of material and he'd store it in their family kind of warehouse, their vault. And Bernard, his late father, his father's no longer with us, has inherited that jade. And he has opportunities in there where it's not available anymore.
No.
He also buys new jade. He's been buying jade from Myanmar himself for 30 years.
And Guatemala.
And Guatemala now. But the reality is red jade just, even from Burma, even the 40,000 tons that was produced, it is very few and far between opportunities.
Yes.
That's why that piece in Asprey is £18 million. You know,
But
that's
you can see the colours very similar.
Yeah.
That brightness to it is
Absolutely.
so beautiful.
So 30-second clock, nowhere near done. I promised you it's a listing of the day. That doesn't just promise you that it's, you know, one of the most incredible pieces. It promises you an incredible deal. I'm going to start the clock right now. It's genuinely time for you guys to get excited. You're getting a massive carat weight.
Right, this is going to go absolutely crazy. I have not done a listing of the day auction of the entire birthday. What Dave wanted to do was give us something really, really special. And we couldn't bring this. I bought you with Dave the red jade showcase, and we had to separate this because you can see the quality is superb.
It was here, it was ready, but we just said, look, this is so jarring. It's so much more saturated than the rest of the collection. What we'll do is we'll wait until after the birthday and do a listing of the day, and we'll bring this to our collectors. straight down, 499, nowhere. In fact, hundreds and hundreds of pounds away from being done. But I want you to know that there isn't another red jadeite moment coming your way. Even in the best of birthday, even in the birthday roundup, even in November, red jadeite, it stops this birthday.
This is it.
It was meant to be earlier in last week, but we had to separate this piece for obvious reasons. It looks so distinctly different to anything else in that show, and that
and get this home for £60. That does not happen. Beautiful blue zircon in gold. Rathnakiri precious blue zircon in gold, and you're taking it home for £60. This is a lifetime opportunity, it really is. Gillian, well done. Arta S is gone. Valerie's coming through. Peter in Lancashire is here. Michelle is joining us for the first time. Michelle, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee, my darling. Try this on, get it home, look at it on your hand. If you don't fall in love with it, send it back. We give you your money back. It's as simple as that. So it's a completely safe way to come and shop with us here at Gemporia. Lorraine, Hampshire, Joanne, congratulations. Faye and Jean, Intezar, hold those lines. Best of luck. I wish you all the very, very, very best of luck. It's an absolutely incredible opportunity. Well done to you. Listen, we weren't ready to stop celebrating our birthday. No, we never are. You know, when I turned 40, I carried on the celebrations for a month, I think. And we're wanting to do that same for you. You know, we don't want to stop birthday celebrations. We want to make sure we're giving you some of our most beautiful and exquisite pieces. Dave Trough paying a special visit this morning to be here to bring us this most beautiful collection. These two pieces are brand new. We've never brought these to you before. We have one glorious Buddha carving, and we have this spectacular bangle. These are two fabulous opportunities for you this morning. So do not go anywhere, because we have jadeite carved through time coming up next. We'll see you in a moment.
Download or update the Gemporia Jewellery Auctions app today on your smartphone or tablet. All 4 Gemporia apps have been combined into one incredible Gemporia experience. You can watch live auctions on Gemporia and Gem Collector, as well as browse recently played items and pre-orders. You can also now keep track of your personal collection within the app, with the ability to see authenticity cards and record reviews about the Gemporia jewellery you own. Finally, check your ring size from within the app, so you're always sure which size to order for your next Gemporia purchase. All this and much more in the Gemporia Jewellery Auctions app, available on iPhone, iPad and Android devices.
Have you ever just missed out on the auction for a piece that you really loved? Well, it's not too late. Just ask our helpful call centre team to add the item to your wish list. Then, if it comes back into stock, we'll call you and give you a chance to purchase it at the same closing price of the auction. It couldn't be easier, so start adding to your wish list the next time you just miss out.
Do you enjoy watching Gemporia and want to let others know about your fantastic purchases and the services we offer? If so, why not navigate to the My Gemstone Stories section of the Gemporia app and record a testimonial video. If we use your video on air, we'll add a £50 credit to your Gemporia account. Remember, you can send as many as you like, and you'll get credited £50 to your Gemporia account for every video we use on TV. So download the Gemporia app and send us a video today.
Good morning to every single one of you, or good evening or good afternoon, wherever you are. I know we've got collectors as far afield as Australia and North America, and it is wonderful to have you. We've celebrated our 20th anniversary, our 20th birthday, and I said to you, do not expect this ever again. Do not expect, the incredible, impressive deals we've been doing for this last 3 weeks, for the last 20 days. But this is a really important week as well. We call this Best of the Birthday, or really rounding up all these celebratory events. And what usually happens in this week is we bring you the last chances of all the amazing launches in the birthday. Well, I'll be really honest with you, because the birthday so far has proved so successful, because of the crazy deals we've done, because of the wonderful collections that we've brought to you, there is very little that is remaining. So we have an event, this is a spoiler for you, but we have an event that is coming up in November, which is an auction house jadeite and jewels event that I've been working on, kind of in unison with a lot of the jade deals that I've procured for your birthday. And some of that material has arrived early. That's why this kind of template exists, where we're pretty much copying the auction houses. And we've built this, all these assets. We're going to be doing email campaigns, we're going to be doing social media things, and really getting everyone excited about what is to come in November. And so we've shipped some of the material early, so we can photograph it, so we can video it, so we can get it on models, so we can do all these amazing things. And we're entering into Best of Birthday. And I had an idea of, could we extend the birthday? And I'll be honest, I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul, because this is now being lifted from the November event. It is something that should not be here. The reason that we are bringing it to you at this wonderful time, early in the morning, is because it's minuscule quantities. We're about to bring you the first ever floating flower bangle in our 4-year history. In the birthday, one of the most incredible shows that I got to do with you guys was dedicated to floating flower jade. And we had a carving, like a wonderful carving, and a pair of earrings. We didn't have a bangle. And I told you that the friend of mine that we work with, Bernard Liu, of the Liu family, who are incredible authorities in the world of jade. They've been working with jade for over 100 years, about 150 years. He has, amazingly, a collection of floating flower jade that his father procured maybe 40 years ago, 30 years ago, we don't know, that he has worked with 3 times.
Wow.
2 bangles, one-of-a-kind bangles, by the way, and 1 carving. And all of them sold for 5 figures. And this is like, some of these pieces were actually done in the early 2000s. I've got a bangle for you, but I don't have 100, I don't have 200, I've got 40 of them.
Wow.
It is brand new today, and it will be, for many collectors, you'll see the messages, Rosie, it's going to be amazing. I urge you to message him, because as with all of these incredible shows, and this show wasn't meant to be here until November, early November, we're recording these shows to send back to Bernard, because this isn't just run-of-the-mill deals that we do with Bernard, which we have an amazing working relationship with. This is, we've kind of put a lot of pressure on all of our vendors, which is how we've got some of the amazing deals over the birthday. Think about Type 2A pink diamonds, Ellendale yellow diamonds, blue Akoya Japanese pearls, and a whole host of other incredible gemstones. So we've put a lot of pressure on our vendors, helping them to understand, look, we're never going to ask you for these things again, but this is our 20th birthday. Many of our vendors, we've had relationships with, business relationships that go beyond 15 years. We're saying, look, we've never asked you to do this before, but if there's anything we can do to really stamp our authority on the market, to really show our collectors how much we've pushed the envelope, then please, this is the only time we'll ever ask. And my very good friend Bernard has gone into his family's vault. Right, so it is literally a vault as well. I know we use that term a lot, but I've been there on one occasion, and he lives in Guangzhou, which is a sprawling metropolis in China, not too far from Hong Kong. You can get the train in, and there's about 30 million people that live there. It is like one of those futuristic cities, skyscrapers, lights at night, amazing, real modern, technologically advanced, and it's a jade center as well. So him and his family, who I know really well, I stop with them when I go there. They live in a high-rise.
Okay.
So they don't live in a house. It's not like suburbia. It is, literally a major city like New York or London or Tokyo. And obviously you can't store jade across 2 floors in a high-rise building. So there is literally in Guangzhou, and I'm sure it's true of other jade centers like Shenzhen and many other places like Donghao in eastern China. I'm sure these exist, but I've only ever seen it in Guangzhou. There are like banks, but they are jade banks. I don't know if they're called jade banks, it's all in Chinese, but that is where these businesses store their jade. which makes sense. So it's under lock and key. It's fingerprint technology. There's like 3 different doors to go through. And I mean, I know because he took me there once. You're not allowed to film there. Even Bernard wouldn't allow me to film there. Like even though he said it was okay, the bank doesn't let you. So I couldn't take my mobile phone in.
Wow.
You cannot take. Connor came with me. Our cameraman can't take the camera in. We had to surrender our passports. Like it is.
Wow.
Yeah, they're storing. I'm going to say billions of dollars of jade. It's a huge building, and it is. The doors, the steel doors, if they are steel, I don't know, they're like this thick. And it's really sophisticated technology. You go in there and it's automatic lights as you walk in. And there is, in his one, there's just, it's almost like a car park. It's like an underground car park, it's huge. And there's like boulders of jade on pallets. And he goes in there and he's like, my father acquired that like 30 years ago. This is some of the material I'm storing for a special commission. There are carvings in there. There are pieces that are finished jewelry because he has an office in the city as well. Yeah. But when he finishes the jewelry, when he's put together maybe some of our deals, it is transported via a Lynx van or an armed guard van to the bank vault, ready for shipment, and the shipment is then taken from there. So it's a really great operation. But I'll probably spend a week in there and not be able to go through all of the jade.
Well, and I guess as well, because for families in China, their jadeite is their most...
But this is why, you're right, you're absolutely right. It's this is a horrible story, but there are families that fall on financial hard times, right? As with any walk of life, recessions, whatever, COVID, and they won't sell their jade.
Wow.
Like, so I don't know them personally.
It's highly prized.
Yeah. I don't know them personally, but I know of stories of people who have, surrendered their house to the bank or whatever it may be, foreclosure, and they're sitting on a collection probably worth over $1 million of jade.
Oh my gosh! But they won't.
Yeah, because it's bestowed on them by previous generations, right?
So how on earth then have you managed to convince Bernard?
Well, look, as I said, I could tell you, oh my God, I spend millions of dollars with Bernard a year, which I do. Yeah. And we have an amazing working relationship. And in the last 4 years, you think about how our jade offering has grown. I've seen Bernard's business grow. Like, it's gone from a very small operation to an office now with maybe 20 members of staff. I've watched these children grow up. We are friends, probably first and foremost. When I go to Guangzhou, I don't stop in a hotel, I stop with Bernard. And likewise, when he comes to the UK, very rarely, but he does, he stops with me. Like, we are friends first and foremost. Before, I love what we do, but I consider him a really great friend. Like, he's a mate. Like, we chat every day, probably on WeChat, which is the Chinese version of WhatsApp. And only about 30% of that is ever business.
Wow.
Like I was just talking to you, it was my daughter's birthday on the weekend just gone. And the package that he sent for her was unbelievable. Like, honestly, really? He sent her a package all the way from Greater China of gifts. That, and I don't mean to say this in a bad way, it was even better than my mom had bought for her. Like, it was amazing. Gosh. Like, and he knows my daughter, and they'd gone and got her all these fashionable clothes, high heels, like amazing things. Like, because she loves Chinese culture, by the way. I've told her, I've promised her next year I'm going to take her to Greater China. She always likes video calling me when I'm there, and she loves the fashion. She loves the boba tea. She loves all of the great things that come with Chinese culture. And him and his wife Sandy, who I know extraordinarily well, went out of their way and sent this amazing package to her. And all I've been saying over the last few years is, look, for our 20th year, genuinely now, we do want to do something incredible. And I'm not going to make you do it for the 21st birthday or the 22nd birthday. Like I've said to you on many occasions over the course of the last 20 days, there was genuine conversations at the kind of board level or whatever, whether we even called this a birthday. Like, because I didn't want you to expect this for our next birthday. So there was conversations, we were like this close when we were doing all the branding for the birthday. Do we just refer to it as the 20th anniversary? Yeah. Because I don't want you to think, God, last birthday was incredible, what's this birthday like? It's not going to be, I'll be honest, it's going to be amazing, but you should compare the 21st birthday to the 19th birthday. Do not compare it to this. This is very unique what we're doing. Yeah. But I didn't have to convince him. He knows how important this is to me in my career. And I said, look, in the UK, we are in a really privileged position where we're the longest running jewelry channel, which is amazing on 22 decades on air. Yeah. It's massive. And none of our competitors can say that. Like, dedicated jewelry. We've crafted jewelry in our time for the royal family, for Nicole Kidman, for a whole host of celebrities, if that means anything to anyone. We're very proud of the position that we're in. Yeah. And you guys have put us in that position. Like, everyone at home has done that. And so this birthday was about, your birthday, really. It was about giving back to you guys. And I said, look, we have probably, in the Western world, I'd say we've got the biggest pool of jade collectors in the West. Like, we've got, even when I speak to Mason and Kay, who have been dedicated to jade since 1976, when I speak to them, they can't believe that we have 10,000 collectors that love jade. No. Do you know how crazy that is?
It's amazing,
like,
isn't it?
Mason and Kay are amazing. They probably have a few hundred customers. Their main customer base is actually retailers. They're business to business mainly. And they're like, how is there 10,000 people that love jade? And I say to them,
that's your education, though, isn't it?
Of course,
Jade?
but I say to them, I'm like, guys, we've got collectors in Australia. We've got collectors in Arizona, we've got collectors in California, we've got collectors in New Jersey, all the way through the United Kingdom. And of course, we've got collectors in Alicante, in Belgium and Austria. We've got collectors all over the world. Yeah. And this is something we wanted to do for a huge auction house event later this year. It's not going to happen now. We are about to bring you the only ever floating flower jadeite bangle. Wow. This was procured sometime maybe 35 years ago. Probably before I was born. Like, this goes back a long time, and the only time in the 30 years Bernard has been at the helm, and his late father is no longer with us. That's why I want to record this show, because if you have any messages, I'd love you to send them in. Literally from the goodness of his heart, because I've not paid market price for this. I've not paid market price for this floating flower jade, because a jade.
Well, if you did, you'd be talking
tens of thousands. And you're right, and I'm not talking Hong Kong dollars. I'm talking US dollars. Yeah. Like, easily over 10 grand for a bangle like this, with the veins of intense colour that we've got, with the translucency we've got. And obviously his father didn't pay that for it. Floating flower, just quick, I'm going to get into it, don't worry, I'm going to open up pre-orders, we'll do it all, but there's only 40 of them. Floating flower jadeite didn't actually exist until the early 2000s. Like, it had been mined, but it wasn't recognised. It was just like, it was so unique, it was so different, like, what the hell is it? It's really different and unique. And it wasn't until there was a Christie's auction that took place, where a gentleman had got really lucky with this incredible boulder that had all these wonderful veins of chromium-rich green running through an icy jadeite boulder. And he spent, I think, if I read the lot details right, I think he spent close to a decade with the carving studio. And what they did was they tracked all of the veins, and they cut the rounds for the necklace along the veins. So much so that when they stranded it up, these veins went round perpendicular like Saturn's rings on the whole strand, okay? And it was launched to the world at the auction house. And remember, until this point, it's the early 2000s, when it comes to jadeite strands, the accepted principles were, has to be completely well matched, has to be the same color, the same tone, carved from the same rough, like whether it's lavender, whether it's imperial green, apple green, it has to be identical. That was what the market desired. This guy was like, I'm doing this. He took it to the auction. And they photographed all of the rough as well, and showed where they'd circled all these veins, spent 10 years cutting it. And they didn't have a name for it. They just said a unique jadeite strand, like no other had ever been created. It sold for $16 million.
Oh my gosh, wow.
And that's where the term, now we use it a lot, floating flower was coined by the auctioneer at Christie's. It wasn't even the lot details. He says, it was in Asia, but he said, we're bringing you what we would describe as floating flower jadeite.
Gosh.
From that moment on, I'm reliably informed that the market was like, we want floating flower jade. Right? Everyone wanted it. Like, the Chinese wanted it, the vendors wanted it, the carving studios wanted it. Everyone was on this huge mad rush to find more of this material. No one has it. Like, I've bought tons of jadeite. It doesn't form like this. It's either solid colour or plumes of colour. You don't get veining. It's not like an agate. It's not some moss agate where you get that veining. This doesn't happen with jadeite. It's not a normal thing. The market went crazy for it. There's a few people that had material like this, and the rest of the industry didn't. We haven't seen it come out of the market. If there ever was moments of boulders that had veining, they sold for colossal sums. Bernard's father acquired some, and he knew it was different, he knew it was unique, and this is a gentleman that, like, it's not like, oh my God, I found this. He would buy tons of jade every season. Tons. He was a jade dealer, and store them in this vault. And, you know, sometimes he wouldn't get around to working with some jade till 15 years later, because if you're buying 20 tons, it takes so long to process jade. They'd carve all the boulders open, and they'd go, right, they'd just take the low-hanging fruits. They go, that's lavender, bang, get that into production. What's that? Okay, we've got some moments of Kingfisher green, right, we know the market's red hot for that, let's get that into production. You'd find unique things, you go, put that to one side, we'll come to that later. You know, like, let's just... And Bernard inherited this collection from his father. And I remember him telling me about it. And I'm just going to talk to you about floating flower jade. That this is floating flower jade bangle. an auction house. This is Appraisal Auctions, Time Art. This is, how unique this material is. This is another one. This one's the lowest price one you can get, right? It's not translucent. A torch won't go through that, but they still call it high standard, grade A, exquisite jade, floating flower design, and there's one of a kind, $839. But this is what Bernard told me like over a year ago. Floating flower grade has only ever been mined from Myanmar. You can't get it from Guatemala. When there is fine texture, it's one of the most sought after varieties and always commands the highest prices in the market. The problem we face is that there's so little available, we cannot create any lines, like any quantities of more than one for jewelry houses. It's always one-off commissions. Now, this is some of the rough that Bernard had from his father. I have a small collection of rough from my father's time buying. I've only opened this rough 3 times in the last 20 years. And he carved 2 bangles and 1 carving. These were private commissions for a jewelry house in Hong Kong, and the price for each of these pieces was 5 figures. Wow. This is one of them. Each of the bangles was sold in the first day on show at the boutique that requested them, and even today there is still a waiting list for commissions like this. Right, that's one. That's another. The veins of colour, coupled with this level of transparency, are the most highly prized combination of jade art one can acquire, and this is the reason the prices are so high.
You can see our fingers
it's insane. And that's, obviously, it's under a spotlight. It's under a torch. You can see how the light is on the hand, right, and everything else is dark. So this is under a strong light source. And I'm going to show you. So he's done 2 bangles in 20 years and 1 carving. This is the carving. The carving of the dragon and the pearl was one of my proudest achievements as a jade dealer. It's a guy that's been in the industry 30 years and grew up around it. I'm one of the very few in the jade world who even has access to this grade due to his father. He's never bought it. This is why I always say friendships are so important. I could easily do most of my job without leaving the studio, without leaving the office. Like, technology is an amazing thing, isn't it? Like, we have WhatsApp, we have WeChat, we have email, 100% Zoom calls. Like, but 3 weeks ago I was in Surat. 3 weeks ago I was in Jaipur. I was in Geneva earlier this year. I was in Guangzhou earlier in the year. Like, the reason I travel is to have relationships. That you can't build up over an email.
Face to face, can you?
No. Like, what's it? You know what it's like in real life. Like when you go and see your friends. Like it's not the same as it when you just message all the time.
Nah,
you stay in touch. Yeah, you know what's going on in their life.
Well, we all saw through COVID as well. You chat and you have.
But how amazing is it?
There's multiple people.
How amazing is it when you see your friends though in person?
Yeah.
And it's like you've never been away.
Exactly.
And you get that feeling. My brother lives in Switzerland. And like I video call with him every Sunday if I'm around, or if not, we'll move it in the week. I'm watching his twin daughters grow up. Like, we chat all the time. We send gifts to each other. We have like quiz nights every now and again with the whole family. We do loads of amazing things. But I still see him 4 times a year.
It's never the same as when you actually get together.
Which is the same with Bernard. I could video call him, I could WhatsApp him, I could email him, but I want to see him. And this is why these relationships are so important. And it's not like I don't just do it to get deals. Like, it's not like, there's something in it for me. I want to do it because I love Bernard. He's a really close friend of mine.
It's your passion as well.
I just wanted to answer the question as to why on earth would Bernard do this for me? Like, why would he forego all of this cash on the table when these can sell, as we know, and they have sold for like 5 figures? Why would he do this? Because some things, I know it's really cliched, some things are far more important than money. That's true, right? Some things are far more important. If you don't need it, if you don't need that money, it doesn't matter what it's worth. Like, I've got family, you've got family, I've got a twin sister, I'd do anything for her. Like, if her car broke down and she wanted me to give her my car, I'd do it. And we'd all do that for our family and our friends. Like, that's what we do for people that we have relationships with. And I asked Bernard for a favour, and I just said, look, I didn't ask for this because I didn't really know it existed. But I was like, if there's anything you can do that's out the norm, that our collectors are going to understand is 100% different. If there's anything, I didn't make him do it, but I was like, we'd really appreciate it. And he knows how important this is to me and to you guys as well, so I'm recording it.
I was going to say, you both share a passion
100%.
For jade.
And
so for him as well, you're opening up to thousands of
tens
customers
of thousands.
that he maybe doesn't
100%.
have access to as well. So it
and
is
this
a wonderful
exciting.
relationship,
We're at the earliest most point
Yeah.
of the West falling in love with jade.
Yeah.
Right, that's the truth. That's exciting.
Really exciting.
Like opening up a whole new market. Like it's what we have done. I'm not saying just us, but what is happening right now has caused even Sotheby's to reach out and say, hold on. Last year there's a massive renaissance of jade art right now. Everyone's recognizing it. This is their article that they wrote.
Yeah.
Inside the proliferating world of jadeite jewelry, the renaissance of jadeite. Like, it is going nuts in the Western world. They're talking
This
to
is
the Western
inside the proliferating world of jadeite jewellery.
And this happened once upon a time, 100 years ago, at the apex of the Art Deco movement, when all the French jewellery brands couldn't get enough of jade. The Barbara Hutton Doubly Fortunate Strand was created by Cartier. Like, things are cyclical in nature, and we are at that point where it's come full circle. And this right here, genuinely, is a full circle of the rarest jadeite I will offer to you. This is beyond rare, this showcase. It's rarity redefined. There is only 2 pieces. If you put the combined quantity together, it's less than 100, just to give you some idea. The best of Burma meets the best of Guatemala. This is a natural, unheated, yellow jade Buddha. Aqua certified, top water.
Amazing.
And here is a translucent, floating flower jadeite bangle, of which I only have 40 of. And I'm going to show you that transparency where you said, oh, you can see your hand through it, you can see all of this. Look at these shades of colour coming through.
Wow.
Yeah. Deep.
The light
rich.
just passes through, it just illuminates it.
And also as well, if it's okay, Shippy, I know we might be grabbing a recording. I'm going to grab another one of these as well, because I want to show you this is consistent. There's only 40 of these.
Yeah.
Again.
Wow. It's absolutely spectacular.
Translucent, glassy, green
Amazing.
veins of colour, saturated, natural Type A, Burmese. I'm going to give you a 30-second clock at this moment. I wanted you to understand how special this is. This was reserved for a November showcase, an auction house jadeite and jewels experience. We've got it here early from my very good friend Bernard in our 20th year. I'm going to start the clock right now. It's the most limited jadeite bangle I've ever offered to our collectors, for good reason. It's not available on the market. It's not widely available by way of any other vendor. These are always priced on application, and it's from a 35, 40-year-old parcel of rough that Bernard's late father acquired as part of their family collection. And this has only ever made an outing 3 times in 20 years. 2 bangles, both one of a kind, 5-figure sums, and 1 carving. I've got 40 bangles in the studio from one of my best friends in the industry, Bernard Liu. You have an opportunity right now, but only 40 of you can do it. And you are still in the midst of our birthday. This is best of birthday. This is an extension of the birthday, and I'm going to look after you. This is going to be significant. This is unbelievable. And you know what? At the same time, I'm going to put the Buddha on pre-order. This, and I'm going to have to put an even more focused lens on my torch because of the purity of colour. This is aqua.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's beautiful.
So this
With
is
that
the best of
golden
Guatemala
colour.
meets the best
Wow.
of
Oh
Burma.
my gosh.
The Buddha is on pre-order. Remember, I said if you put both of these together, you don't get 100. I'm going to start with the bangle, 40 of them. Let me open this up for you right now. There is 40 chances. Good luck to anyone who wants to get this. We are talking 286 carats of Type A, natural Burmese aqua floating flower jadeite, the likes of which we've never brought to you in 4 years. In 4 amazing years where we've dealt with tens of thousands of jadeite opportunities, thousands and thousands of different types of bangles, whether they're black, green, bicolor, lavender. Floating flower has not existed. This is translucent top gem, veins of colour, and we're going to do something epic for all of our collectors. Elizabeth is there, Janice is there, Jane's there, Sylvia's there, collector in Hertfordshire, Jane in Tyne and Wear. There are multi-buyers already. There's not 100 of these, there's not 200, there's not even 50.
And there's not 40 now by any
There's not
stretch of
40
the
now.
imagination. There are so
Absolutely.
many coming through.
So what I'm going to do at this moment, if I may, is show everyone how to get involved. 10% of the stock's gone. We only had 40. I'm going to promise you the craziest deal this morning. I'm not kidding. I wouldn't bring this forward from the November event if I wasn't going to do something epic. If this wasn't going to be, oh my God, it just gets better. It's incredible. I'll tell you who's there already. Peter, Hazel, Elizabeth, Jennifer, Sylvia, Deborah, Mark, Mandy, Zoe, Patricia, collector Janice, Jane, Sylvia, collector Jane in Tyne and Wear. Right, Miles,
They're
you're there as
all
well.
gonna go.
Okay, it's gone pretty much. I do have the Buddha coming up. It's unheated, natural yellow aqua bicolor jadeite Buddha. We are looking at 20% of the stock of the bangles already being allocated. But at this moment, it's so important because new collectors are going to be able to get involved. You're not going to be priced out. I've made a point of saying no one's paying the market price. I didn't pay the market price. It's going to be crazy. In fact, I'm going to say this to my collectors. Deborah, you just done the stock
Deborah's just
thing.
gone for 3.
Yeah,
Well done.
Deborah's practically got 10% of the stock.
Yeah, that's amazing.
To one person. But I am going to do one of the most amazing deals you've ever seen. No, and like if I say that and I don't do it, I'm going to look like an idiot. Okay, it's true though, isn't it? I'm saying it. I'm openly saying it. Even though we're about to sell out. I've pulled this forward from November, our auction house event, to make this available for you today. But there is only 40. That's the caveat. People always ask, what's the catch? Catch is, not everyone's going to get it. Jane, you've gone for 2 in Worcestershire. You're going to thank your lucky stars. They're all of this grade.
Look at that level of trust as well. For anyone who's watching for the first time today, understand that level of trust for Jane to come in and order 2 straight away, for Deborah and Mark to order 3 straight away, knowing Dave, knowing the situation, knowing
and more
the reality
than that, Rosie,
Emporia,
knowing Jade.
Knowing Jade,
You see this. You've seen thousands of Jade bangles. You know, I had a collector message in yesterday when I was on screen saying, hey, Dave, thanks to Gemporia, I've got 167 Jade bangles.
Oh my, 167!
And I also have a collector in Surrey who has over 200.
Wow. Oh my
And there's
gosh.
only been 1 of these.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you every one of you new. Those of you that have been with us for a long time are Jade collectors that are going, how on earth do I do this? This is how you get involved. Good luck.
You may be wondering how the auctions work at Gemporia. Well, here's a quick overview of how to play. During our reverse auctions, we'll keep dropping the price on screen, and as viewers call in or bid online, that limited quantity available decreases too. No matter when you enter the auction, everyone pays the final low price, and you'll only pay 1 delivery charge on all items you buy in the same day. We always offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there is absolutely no risk when buying for the first time or any time. So call or bid online today and expand your jewellery collection with genuine precious gemstones.
You just said we have a Countess on the phone lines. Countess Anne in Greater Manchester. It's wonderful to have your company. And do you know what? Every single one of you should feel like an empress right now. Because this is where this material was destined. Like over the 8 millennia that jade has been revered with you know, as the crown jewel of Asia. It was only available for much of that time to the emperors and the empresses. And we have our own Countess Anne on the phone lines. We have Faye, we have Patricia, we have over half the stock's gone. We have Pauline, we have Jane who's got 2, we've got Teresa in Middlesex, Elise in Bedfordshire, Mandy, Hazel, collector in Somerset, Deborah's got 3, Mark's there, collector in Hertfordshire, Janice, Sylvia, Peter, Hazel and Elizabeth. Top crystallization. Now, jadeite is a gemstone that is more often than not an opaque gem. When you get fine crystallization, like at the atomic level, which we can showcase by showing you the light passing through it, which we've done, there is a thing known as the sound of jade.
It's like it's singing.
Yeah, some jade dealers call it the sound of money. Okay, and the reality for that is when the jade forms in a boulder, the buying process is blind. You buy the boulders blind, so you don't know what's inside.
Wow.
And I've seen it. I've been to Myanmar. I've seen this happen. Some of the elders or some of the people that have been in the industry a long time will go to the jade boulders that can be as big as a car, and they start tapping it with a metal rod. And you're just like, what are they doing? You know, what is going on? It's so bizarre to see, because in the West, where they're studying gemstones with loops, we're getting lab reports, they're tapping this material with a metal rod, and they can tell by the pitch that is reverberating back through the metal rod if there is crystallized jade inside.
Oh my
Not
gosh,
just
they're
jade.
listening to those vibrations.
Yeah, the crystallized jade. They don't know what color it is, of course. They don't know if it's floating flower, or imperial, or lavender, white, but they can tell, hold on, this is gem bearing. This has got, because if you've got opaque jade, it's a dull sound. Right? It's still jadeite, sure, but you couldn't carve a bangle out of it. And it would be very difficult to carve into some of the more intricate pieces, and it wouldn't be as desirable. It would eventually need treatment, which means you'd have to inject it with polymer or resin or even dye. But if you get like this high-pitched sound, you know you've got top crystal. So we have 2 bangles here, and I want you to hear this high-pitched sound that reverberates through them. Now, the longer the sound carries, the finer the jade is. The higher the pitch, the finer the jade is. Unfortunately, the jade won't carry that long right now because my fingers naturally absorb the sound. Like if we had it on string, it would reverberate for much longer, but listen for the pitch. You hear that?
Yeah.
That is the sound of fine jade.
Amazing.
That is unbelievable. So this is top crystallization, translucent floating flower grade jadeite jade. Type A from Myanmar, which doesn't produce anymore, from Burma. This is the oh, I can't believe we're showcasing this.
It's
all the
amazing.
thousands
It's
and
such an
hundreds of
exciting
jade that we've
opportunity.
seen. I can count on well, I can count on one hand very easily. I can count on one finger the amount of times we've seen anything like this. It's this and this only. It was going to be the marquee piece of our auction house event. But I'm so excited about the response we've had from the birthday from our jade collectors that I wanted to bring this through early today. And this is from Carol in Northamptonshire, just 20 seconds ago, saying, "Hi Dave, I do too have many jadeite bangles from Gemporia. My husband always says he knows where I am because of the clink clink of my bangles."
Lovely.
There you go. There you go.
Love that.
Absolutely phenomenal. Wonderful to hear from you, Carol. This is the translucency of this incredible jade. I'm now going to give you 30 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
There is about 19 chances remaining, unfortunately. We do have the only unheated yellow jadeite aqua Buddha from Guatemala in the building, and it will be making its debut after this moment. 30 seconds starts now. I've got Michael and Vivian and Jackie and Collector and Miles and Zoe and Jane. If you miss out, there is no more. We were hoping to bring this to you in November. I'm bringing it early. If there is even one or two of these remaining, they will feature as part of the November event. They won't have an outing before because we would love to have this on the front page of the catalogue. But if they all sell out today, there will be it will be essentially missing from that lineup, and it is the piece that I'm most excited about. Bernard was worried. He said, "Look, I can't even do 50 of these with the rough that I've got." I said, "I don't care if you can only do 8. I want them. If there's one, fine. Let me start you off right now." Look, usually I'd stagger the calls at this point, as you know. We'd start at maybe, we would say not £10,000, so we'd start at £2,000, £3,000. But I've got 19 available. But a lot of you in the queue, I've got people multi-buying, so I'm going to let you know right now how affordable this is going to be. I have a responsibility to you guys. So let me start you off at £499 and tell you.
Oh my gosh!
So
Oh
many of
my
us might
gosh.
have been thinking,
Did you
okay,
did you say 499?
500 quid, not done. And many of you probably thought, okay, this is probably going to be on the higher end. It's going to be part of their auction house.
Yeah.
Event. It is a grade of jade we've never seen before. We've seen floating flower pendants.
I genuinely thought we were going to be in the upper echelon. I mean, I had no idea we were going to be going this low.
For sure. And floating
And we're not
flower
done.
jade pendants that we've done have sold on this channel at that price. But a full miraculous bangle carved from one singular piece of rough that very few jade dealers have ever seen is another level. Jennifer, I would do it now. Carol, I would check out now. Vivian, Jackie, Collector, Jacqueline again, Miles, Jennifer, Zoe and Jane. If I can convince you in any way, I would be telling you to check your baskets out right now. I don't want you to miss out. I would hate for anyone to miss out. I've got overexcited.
So many people are going to be
I've
missing
changed the
out,
script,
Dave.
I've changed the plan, and I said I would love to bring this early. I would love to just pull this from the November event, and we're not corporate. I didn't have to ask for it to go through 20 different decision makers. They were like, if you want to do that, Dave, that's fine, but it won't be here in November, which is when we planned for this.
Yeah.
No problem. Like, I know that we've seen thousands of collectors in this event. I know also thousands of people have missed out. Thank you so much for finding that, Claire. Claire's been looking away at like translucent, because we showed you dull, like opaque, but she's found a translucent floating flower, grade A, jadeite, and it's £33,000
Wow.
on Etsy.
Well, Jennifer's
This
just
isn't
ordered
Bonhams,
two. Well done.
this isn't Sotheby's, that is untreated A jadeite jade, watery, glutinous, translucent floating flower texture, grain gemstone, 56 millimeters, women's Chinese oriental bangle, one of a kind, and is £33,000. This is why I had to pull this forward. This is why I was not kidding when I said Bernard's only ever done 2 bangles from this rough, and both of them were
Both
5 figures.
5 figures.
And there you go, there's one there. Let me give you a 30-second clock, and we're going to destroy the price. I want you to
How
own
can
it.
you?
I
You've
want
already
this video.
destroyed
Yeah,
the
for
price.
sure.
You've already
Oh, yeah,
done
but
it.
this is why we have this level of trust. This is why so many collectors are choosing to multi-buy and not wanting to miss out. Translucent tick, glutinous tick, grade A tick, floating flower, absolutely.
And it sings.
And again, I'm showcasing this incredible, rich green coloration in this piece. Donna and Duncan have now gone for 3.
Donna and Duncan have just gone for 3 as well. Multi-buying is the name of the game today. If you're able to do that right now, I would go ahead. I mean, look at that. And no two are the same, are they? Which I love. You know, you order 3 bangles, they're all going to have slightly different nuances, slightly different floating flowers, and that's what makes it so exceptional.
Your deal today, well done to every single one of you, straight down $299. We are doing exceptional deals for our collectors across this
Dave.
birthday. It shouldn't stop
So hold
now.
on, right? We've brought, and I've been here with you.
Yep.
We've brought bangles at
Yep.
$399,
For
at
sure,
$499.
$499, £3,500,
This is more rare.
$799,
This is
$499. Yeah. Well done.
Gosh.
I've only got 40 though. People say, what's the
you
catch?
haven't got
Can I get
anywhere
involved?
near
I've got
that.
Jane, I've got Francis, I've got John, I've got Carol, I've got
This is
Vivian, I've got Jackie, I've got
unbelievable.
John in Great London, I've got Zoe, I've got collectors in Surrey. I've got about 10 chances remaining. West Yorkshire, you're there, Surrey, you're there, Hampshire, Worcestershire, Midlothian, London, Northumberland,
Carol's
Alicante.
just got the two
Yeah,
as well.
2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Lots of you multi-buying. I don't have 6 left. Sorry guys, apologies if you do miss out.
Norman's joining us for the very first time.
Wonderful
Welcome
to have your company.
Norman as well.
That's why I wanted
Fabulous
to make
meet
the
you.
point of showing everyone how to get involved, because people will think they can't afford it. People will think they're priced out. No, where am I getting natural Burmese jadeite? The mines are ran dry, and it's the floating flower material that took the world by storm in the early 2000s at Christie's. And now you're giving me floating flower bangle, nearly 300 carats for that price. Not happening. Yes, it is. But you got to be quick.
You've got to be so quick. Listen, be tenacious. If you've got the phone in your hand, just press your button 1 as quickly as you can. There's Alicante,
Yeah,
Peter's
told you.
there.
I said, look, we've got
Hola,
collectors
it
all
is.
over the world.
Amazing.
Well done. See if there's any available. Speak to our contact centre.
my
Use the
goodness
website.
me.
Use the app. Now we have this piece. Aqua certified, yellow, bicolour jadeite, not heated, completely natural.
This is amazing.
This has been on pre-order. I'm going to give you 30 seconds and I'm going to bring this live. Good luck. We're going to start the clock right now. We are
This
talking.
is so fine.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I can see through it. Like
Yeah.
the transparency
100%.
is unbelievable.
And I'll show it you with the torch as well. But this is Aqua certified.
Wow.
Guatemalan jadeite. I bring you today the best of Burma and the best of Guatemala. And this again was pulled forward from the auction house event. And you know, when you're talking about this grade, this color, they command premiums, like supreme premiums. I mean, this is nowhere near as transparent as yours, Rosie.
Wow, yeah.
Okay, it's aquatic elegance, high-end jadeite jade, carving with the fish. It's a collectible piece from Real Jade. Authenticity is timeless is their tagline. And it's $14,850. I'm going to bring ours live right now. Yours is aqua, transparent.
Wow.
Good luck to every single one of you. This is Mason & Kay, my friends. This is semi-translucent. It's not top water. It's not aqua, but it is special. And this is one of the most affordable pieces I could find if you want the yellow color. This is 18 karat yellow gold, yellow jadeite jade butter, £1,500. And even one of the biggest jade retailers in the world say there's a one-of-a-kind item.
Wow.
It's a one-of-a-kind item. I'm going to make this a star buy. I am going to make it a star buy, which you know what that means. It means we're going to go crazy on this. Brought it forward.
You've just
from
gone
Orange.
crazy. We
Yeah,
can see
but
what kind of a crazy mood you're in this Sunday
natural,
morning.
unheated Taipei yellow from Guatemala, which is so ridiculously rare to find. I am going to make this a star buy, but before that, Shippy, we're going to show everyone how to use the app and the web, because calling the phone lines, you're going to be in a 2-minute queue. This deal is going to be off the chart. Good luck. This is our star buy, and this is how you get involved.
Download or update the Gemporia Jewellery Auctions app today on your smartphone or tablet. All 4 Gemporia apps have been combined into one incredible Gemporia experience. You can watch live auctions on Gemporia and Gem Collector, as well as browse recently played items and pre-orders. You can also now keep track of your personal collection within the app, with the ability to see authenticity cards and record reviews about the Gemporia jewellery you own. Finally, check your ring size from within the app, so you're always sure which size to order for your next Gemporia purchase. All this and much more in the Gemporia Jewellery Auctions app, available on iPhone, iPad and Android devices.
So I'm making this a star buy. You know what that means. Have we ever bought you Guatemalan unheated yellow jade? When you've got a butter with that hint of yellow, when you've got aqua grade, where you can literally see your finger through the material, glassy, top water, I mean, it's literally aqua grade jadeite, then you know it's going to be spectacular. Look at the transparency here.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that is every single one will have the yellow. This is from a new mining area that's only been producing for the last 2 years, high up in the mountains in Guatemala. That is the transparency, the epic color. This is spectacular. You know how busy it is. You saw how quick the bangles sold out. And I am not going to let you down with this incredible discovery at all. This is going to be on another level. And I want you to understand why this jade is so incredible. So the jade that's been actively mined in Guatemala since the 1970s is special, it's incredible, but it's never been accepted by the Chinese. It's always been seen as coarsely grained. It's always been seen as low grade. They process it all, they carve it, they cut it, but they export it. They export it to Taiwan, to Vietnam, to Thailand, to Europe, to North America, but they never themselves buy it.
Okay.
But the reason that this jade is different is from a friend of mine known as Mr. Chen, or the Chen family. And the reason now this is gaining acceptance in China is because this isn't the material that has been mined since the 1970s. That material is the jadeite the Chinese aren't so interested in. The top material isn't from the same area. There is a new mining area that's all owned by one family. It's been known since the early 2000s, but a very difficult area to mine. It's high up in the mountains, it's surrounded by dense jungle. And obviously the other material that was discovered by the Raidingers in the Montagu Valley, that's on a river. So it's super easily accessible.
Yeah.
It's been known since the 1970s. There's a whole industry there. There's miners, there is a township. And of course, if you find these jadeite boulders, you can get them on a boat, get them to the coast, and then ship them back to China. So it's really easily accessible. This area has been known since the 2000s, but no one's really made a mine out of it because it's so difficult. The family that own this new deposit are the Chen family. And before going to Guatemala in 2022, they were the biggest cutters of imperial jade in the world from Burma. So just like the rest of the jade industry, when those mines were declared exhausted in 2020, they were like, what do we do? You know, yes, we've got maybe 30 years reserves of imperial jade, but our family's been doing this for hundreds of years. What are we going to do? Well, some decided, like Mr. Yu, who I know very well, he was like, right, I'm going to take all my mining expertise and I'm going to go and mine other gemstones. He went up into the Chiang Mai Mountains and he mined peridot, the most incredible peridot in the world. He found the primary deposit. Incredible.
Yeah.
A lot of other Chinese jade miners went to Guatemala and bought swathes of land in the Montagu Valley because they knew the jade was accessible. You know, they had people ready to help them mine, and they went and did that. Now these guys went over there in 2022. They went in 2021, the Chen family. But they were disinterested in the material of the Montagu Valley. They were like, no, we don't want to do that. So instead, they spent a lot of money exploring the mountains, and they've been buying acres of land up there. And they've been working with these new mines since then, and the material that is coming out now is as good as Burma.
Wow.
I'm going to show you what has happened very recently. First of all, this is the mine we're talking about. So it was discovered, it was known about in 1998. When Hurricane Mitch essentially revealed this ancient mine.
Wow.
And US researchers say the discovery includes a huge amount of blue jade, whose source experts have been puzzling over for more than 50 years. It's believed that this main vein, described as roughly the size of Rhode Island, 2,500 square kilometers, was exposed when Hurricane Mitch hit the area. At the top, they're saying that this is a huge deposit of jade, believed to be the source of the semi-precious stone used by the American cultures. And that US researchers have been puzzling over for 50 years. So a lot of US researchers didn't accept that the mines in the Montagu Valley were indeed the material that the Olmecs used. They knew it was jade, but they were like, it doesn't line up with the jade statues and carvings that we found in the tombs. Like, it's
it
not
also
the same
shows
material.
the experience. They're talking about semi-precious, and we know how precious this is.
Exactly.
I think, it's one of the most precious gemstones that exists.
So although a lot of people's curiosity was quenched when they discovered jade in the 70s and 80s in the Montagu Valley, people were like, oh, there you go, that's the puzzle solved. Here is where the Mayans and the Olmecs found their jade. A lot of people that really understood jade said, yeah, you found jade, but that is not the jade that the Olmecs used. Like, where's the blue? Where's the yellows that we know? On the right, they say, as well as green and red jade, to their surprise, the team have also found boulders of blue jade.
Wow.
This was the favorite gemstone of the Olmecs, who were the mysterious people who created the first complex culture in pre-Columbian Mesoamerica, the region that today encompasses Mexico and Central America. And this is why it's been so puzzling, because this is before political borders. So they were like, well, where is the mine? It could be in a number of countries.
Yeah.
Right? That's the reality. But George Harlow, the jade specialist at the Natural History Museum, said, this is the big one. Yeah, he says, we were thunderstruck. This is the big one. Because the team found veins of jadeite 2 meters thick and up to 50 meters long, rivaling the size of deposits in Burma, until now the world's main source for jade. So this is the new mining area that's been so difficult to mine, but it's starting to make its way into the market. And this is some of the articles. This was written this spring. They're starting to find this aqua ice jade from Guatemala. And they're saying, this is the GIA. The Guatemalan jadeite jade, initially sold into the Chinese market, was coarsely grained and not transparent enough to be considered gem quality. Consequently, Guatemala was thought to only produce low quality material. But that has changed recently as vivid green, semi-transparent, as well as pale green translucent jadeite from Guatemala has entered the Chinese market. Here you're about to get a yellow jadeite. And it is transparent, it is type A, it's natural, it's unheated. I'm going to give you a 30-second clock. I'm going to say something that should give you an indication of how incredible this deal's about to get. Please multi-buy. Not even you can multi-buy, I'm urging you to multi-buy, because this is going to be absolutely epic. Remember, it's only a double-figure quantity, but it is going to be amazing. This is, in the whole birthday, and you think about how we've pulled the stops out for the birthday, how incredible it's been, how many of us have been shopping, how many of us have got these incredible deals, whether it's pink diamonds, yellow diamonds, whether it's blue Japanese Akoya pearls, whether it's incredible jadeite opportunities. Just remember, this singular piece is the only natural unheated yellow jade we have brought to you.
People are already multiplying.
Yeah, sure. And I'm going to show you, like on the bangle I started you off at $499. Because I said, look, there's no point staggering the calls. A lot of you are there. How good is this deal going to be? Let me start you off at $299. Nowhere near done. I'm going to destroy. I'm going to destroy this price. There is a reason I'm stood here saying to you guys, I've pulled this forward from our auction house event that lands in November, and I'm going to do a killer birthday deal on it. And I'm urging you to multi-buy. I'm starting you off as low as $299. You get your interest.
That's ridiculous.
It's going.